Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS news for Monday, August 23, 2021. Government has resumed the e-commerce national delivery system (ENDS) and has granted permission for registered stakeholders to operate on the 7 no-movement days announced by Prime Minister Andrew Holness last week. The no-movement days, which have been implemented to restrict the rising spread of Covid-19 cases in Jamaica, are in effect Sunday to Tuesday, this and next week, as well as on Sunday, September 5.
Registered online vendors, businesses and delivery operators registered on the END system will be able to operate after curfew until midnight on no-movement days.
Approximately 84 businesses have re-registered on the ENDS platform. These include supermarkets, restaurants, vendors, pharmacies, courier services, and health facilities. A full listing of approved service providers can be viewed at ends.gov.jm. It is estimated that through ENDS, over 3,000 Jamaicans have returned to productivity during curfew hours implemented since the COVID-19 pandemic, as the government attempts to balance the country's economic and health needs. The system was upgraded recently to improve vendors' registration and tracking processes. ENDS is a partnership between the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, and the government. Education Minister Favour Williams says the Covid-19 vaccination Blitz for children 12 to 18 years has been proceeding smoothly at the various designated centres. On the weekend, the minister visited several vaccination sites as government commenced a 4-day Blitz for children from August 21 to 24. According to Minister Williams, if the extent of the vaccination proceedings administered at 2 of the centres in the corporate area is replicated island-wide, this will bolster the certainty of resuming face-to-face class early in the new academic year. The children are being inoculated with the Pfizer vaccine that was donated to Jamaica last week by the United States government. A number of health centres and educational institutions in each parish are being used to carry out the vaccination blitz. Parents are to accompany their children to the vaccination sites, taking along with them their government-issued ID and a copy of their child's birth certificate. Persons without a copy of their birth certificate may take a verification letter signed by a Justice of the Peace. Meanwhile, COVID-19 vaccinations for the general population will resume on Wednesday, August 25, following the 4-day Blitz for children. Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton says the Pfizer vaccine received last week will now be used with the AstraZeneca brand for the general population.
We also have 118,000 doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine that's on its way. What that will mean is that we will have 3 brands as of next week.
The minister says that while persons have indicated a preference for particular brands, they're all providing the same level of efficacy and safety.
And therefore, we urge persons, don't wait until you think you get the brand you want. All the brands coming in have been tried, tested, and proven.
Members of the public can make their appointments online at moh.gov.jm or call the Vaccination Call Center at 888-1-LOVE. That's 888-663-5683. Individuals will need their tax registration number, TRN, and government-issued ID or a letter from a Justice of the Peace when going to the vaccination site. For mobile vaccination sites, no appointment is required, but individuals should carry their government-issued ID. In other news, the Bank of Jamaica is projecting a higher growth outturn of 7 to 10% for the 2021-2022 fiscal year. Governor Richard Biles says this is up from the 5 to 8% indicated in May. He was speaking during the bank's digital quarterly media briefing on Friday. Mr. Biles says strong indicators leading to this rebound include general consumption tax, GCT flows, and electricity consumption. Other key drivers are tourism and related sectors, largely driven by successful vaccination programs in key source markets and the assumption of careful control of community spread. Additionally, he says the central bank anticipates continued strong growth in the construction sector. Women who are victims of gender-based violence in Jamaica now have access to a new shelter. It is the second such facility in the country. Located in St. Andrew, the new shelter was established by Woman Inc. with funding of $14 million provided by the Embassy of Japan. In a speech delivered at the recent handing over ceremony, Gender Minister Olivia Grange welcomed the establishment of the shelter, which she says is helping to provide a transitional space for survivors of domestic violence. She says the ministry is also making progress in the implementation of the National Shelter Strategy, which is critical to government's policy to eliminate gender-based violence. Residents of the new shelter are expected to live at the facility without risk of harm and will also be able to take training classes in skills that empower them. And finally, approximately $171 million in damage has resulted from the passage of Tropical Storm Grace, which impacted the island last Tuesday. The preliminary estimate is based on assessments conducted by the National Works Agency, NWA. Prime Minister Andrew Holness provided the figure during a digital press conference on Thursday. He says the parishes of Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Thomas, Portland, St. Mary and Clarendon were assessed to have been badly damaged, and 198 roads were impacted by flooding resulting from deposits of silt and debris blocking drains.
We're now clearing 40 roads that were blocked, and I believe that by now all of them should have been cleared. The bridge at Troy in Trelawney collapsed, and we're continuing to do work to clear that area.
The Prime Minister says the necessary budgetary allocations will be made to restore the roads damaged by the tropical storm. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.